Alright, Team Ultimate, we are back. And we're in the apartment. Episode 3. I return home to my quiet, cramped apartment after work. The place is eerily silent and a stark contrast to the bustling office where I spend my days. Throwing my handbag onto the tiny coffee table, I pick up my laptop and sit on the couch. I lie back and get comfortable, letting the laptop rest on my stomach as it boosts up. The welcome screen loads up, so I click a couple times, open my web browser, and then head to the very specific website saved in my favorites. Oh my gosh, it's psychotic. Oh, what the fuck? Corpse Girl website. You already read this. Boom. A cute dancing zombie girl is animated at the. A cute dancing zombie girl. That shit is not cute, bro. A cute dancing zombie girl is animated at the top of the page. A peculiar irregularity that always makes me giggle. I noticed that the page view counter at the bottom of the site is nearly the same as it was yesterday. There have been maybe 4 or 5 new visitors. I heave a sigh. Maybe the website isn't quite that well known after all. That begs the question, how did Tomui discover it? Well, never mind that. My eyes scan the website contents. Request a dev. Big bold letters headline the site. The intention couldn't be clearer. Further information on the site is sparse. Brief instructions tell the user to fill in a victim's phone number and upload a photo. Aside from that, there's not much else to mention. It doesn't even ask for a name. After scanning the site, I move my mouse, yeah, like me, but whatever. I move my mouse, the browser's address bar, and click. I type a / after the website address and then add the word admin. I hit enter key. A login page presents us with empty usernames and passwords field waiting to be filled in. My fingers tap dance around the keyboard, and within moments I'm presented with a brand new page. A blinking slab of text greets me. One new request. Oh, what the fuck? That was so loud. A crooked smile cracks my stony expression. Finally, somebody has requested a death. Somebody has asked me, Corpse Girl to go. Oh! This is her website? She's the killer? This is where things get exciting. I giggle and feel my cheeks flush red. This is the first request I've had for about a week. I've been longing every evening, fingers crossed that somebody has selected a new victim for me. Today my wish has come through. I can't help but feel emotional at a time like this. My lower lip trembles and I feel tears welling up. I definitely this movie is psychotic. Help! Okay, can we go back to Abby? I don't want to be this girl's like, okay. I don't want to use this girl anymore. I have her as, I dab the corners of my eyes gently I don't want to be a part of the story anymore, to avoid smudging my makeup. As I hover my mouse cursor over the view request button, a familiar and pleasant tingling sensation surges in my chest, my stomach, my thighs. I share with anticipation my hot and steamy breath beginning to fog out the laptop screen. I click the button. Request details. Today, 2:47 p.m. local time. Victim's phone. And hold on, I know Team Ultimate. It said that she was getting into the admin section, but I was reading through, but I really wasn't paying attention. In some parts. But yeah, I guess she's the admin. I guess this was her website all along. Jesus, damn. Downloading image attached. The victim's photo automatically loads on the screen. The person in front of me is a total stranger, but that's okay. It doesn't change the task set up before me. A woman, rather plain, in her early 30s. She's well dressed with minimal makeup, and she's not really putting her personality on display. It's a nice photo, better quality than some of the images I've received in the past. Wait. If Noriko is actually the admin. Why was she acting? This game is just trying to mess with us. Why was she acting? In the last episode, the second episode, why was she acting like, oh my god, is she gonna request my dev? Maybe she was just laughing to see if she was gonna request her dev just to laugh at her and take her out. In fact, the photo looks like a corporate ID picture. I wonder if it was downloaded from a company database or website. Well, the source of the photo doesn't matter. The simple fact of the matter is that somebody has made a request for this person to die. It falls to me to fill the request as a corpse, and as Corpse Girl, I take the request very, very seriously. I have the victim's photo and I have her phone number. All I need now is to select a way for her to meet her untimely demise. I previously thought about including an extra field on my website, an option for the user to choose the way they want their victim to die. After all, it will reduce the amount of strain on my creativity if the method was decided for me. But after careful consideration, I decided against it. Some people are sick, twisted. Excuse me? Some people are sick and twisted. What are you? The cost of death could be far beyond my means and impossible to achieve. Therefore, allowing the user to define the cost of death just isn't feasible. Instead, I'll stick to my current modus operandi. Everything depends on the quality of the victim's photo. If its detail and the victim's features are easily distinguishable, then I can be rather creative with the cause of death. Perhaps the victim's face suffers grotesque burns, or she has an iron stake thrust through her skull. Oh my gosh, it's so graphic. However, if the victim's photo is low quality and doesn't provide enough detail to identify the subject, I have to resort to the default cause of death. A terrible unlucky fall from a great height. Terrible unlucky fall. And me. Maybe she slips, or maybe somebody stumbles into her and sends her trembling over a rail. The end result will be the same, a swift crushing death from a height. The victim will end up face down on the concrete, completely unrecognizable save for her clothes and accessories. It's not my favorite cause of death, but in some cases it's necessary. Regardless, it's still a valid to fill request. But now it's time to get started. I can barely contain my excitement. I squirm against the couch, crossing and unmuzzling my legs in a vain attempt to hit the heat rising through my body. Okay, bro, she needs to go. Taking a deep breath, I try to calm my nerves and get to work. The victim will receive a photo of her own corpse, timestamped with the date of her death. As Corpse Girl's signature move, my calling card, if you will. Seeing an image of one's own disfigured corpse is sure to strike fear into one's heart. And that's precisely the reason I take this step, to make the victim panic and act rashly. First things first, I save the victim's phone to my laptop's hard drive. I store it in the folder of discreetly named system files, hidden away from the root directory of my operating system, a password encrypted directory of course. Next, I open my favorite image editing software and load the photo. Looking carefully at the detail in the picture, I can see that this will be a work of art. I can really go to town with this request. I'm in my software, open my browser, and access a particular website. The database of the deceased, the DD, as it is known on the dark web, my secret weapon, the ultimate resource for my work. The DD is a collection of countless high-resolution photographs of dead bodies. Okay, murder victims, crime scenes, suicides. As somebody has died in one way or another, chances are good that some perverted individual has captured the moment in all its glory. Such valuable images are essential to my work. Using these photos as base, I can edit my victims' details into the picture. My process is simple. I start by locating the perfect corpse photo. Oh my god, bro, this girl is fucking psychotic, man. I searched the database, and in less than 2 minutes I discovered a single detailed photo of a woman within her entrails spilling from her stomach. Her face is blue, having suffocated before even having a chance to bleed to death. She's about the same age as the victim. She's of a similar height and build. Finding a photo that specifically suits my victim's features is easy thanks to DD's excellent catalog tags and filters. I simply search for the keyword and match my victim's description and corpse that fits. Using the photo as a straight point, I digitally edit my victim's face onto the body. It's bro. Okay. It's a great game, but geez, do I really have to go through all this in not some quick job that even a child can do? It's a perfectly crafted work of art that would fool even the keenest of eyes. An hour passes, then two, then three. Before I know it, midnight has come and gone. But the work is nearing completion. All that remains is add the final touches. I like to add specific distinguishable details to an image. A personal item, accessory, clothes, makeups, you name it. I can edit it in. The personal details added, I adjust the photo lighting, color palette just slightly enough to make the photo truly unique. If the victim decides to reverse image, search the photo, and discover that it's a forgery, all my work will be for naught. And with that, the masterpiece is complete. A greasy and gruesome, gory gift for the soon-to-be departed. The victim will receive the photo of a corpse that is, for all intents and purposes, a perfect replica of her own physical form. She will open the image. Oh my god, yes. Why is it explained to me? I already know this. Why is she explaining this going through herself? She will open the image on the phone and the life she once knew, it will crumble to pieces. My lips curl into satisfied smirk during my hours of work. My breath eventually steadied. My excitement nerves settled into a scene-like calm. But seeing the finished art masterpiece now, I begin to feel my heart pounding once more. The macrovision before it accelerates adrenaline, dopamine surges through my body, giving me a sudden head burst of bliss. To say that I'm attracted to the sight of blood and guts would be misleading. No, I'm not into that at all. The excitement stems from the thought of taking control of somebody else's life, in their future, controlling their fate. For with the creation of this image, I have taken the victim's life into my own hands like a puppet master pulling the strings of marionette. By forging this convincing creation, I will compel the victim to take her own life. That's right, my own hands need to become stained. The hands of course who have never been dirtied with the blood of a victim. That is the true nature of my work. Carefully crafting corpse photos is such a way to convince the victim that their fate is already sealed and that no matter what they do, they cannot escape the death that awaits them. The date stamp on the photo is the icing on the cake, the ultimate driving force behind the victim's choosing at the end of their life. A date so near in the future, a time that has not yet occurred. I fear uncertainty carefully intertwining into the image that caused the victim to pause and consider the possibilities. Is this photo from the future? Is this truly my fate? How can I run that has been pre-decided? There are thoughts that run through a victim's mind. Despair and dread flood the senses, or overwhelming anxiety and gives way to calm acceptance. This is my dead body. This is how I will die. Why should I fight it? And then the victim's last resistance of resist has gently breaks like a silk spider being torn by a cool breeze. They finally give in, they invite their end. This is the way it will go down for this one. It's completely and total stranger. I'm confident, certain, and convinced. Oh my god, bro. The fuck is all that reading, man? It was a sudden spark of inspiration that guided me to begin fabricating corpse photos about a year ago. I can never quite recall exactly what it was spawned the idea. Sometimes I get close to reminding, but the recollection dances at the edge of my mind and slips back into the darkness. Regardless, I ventured down a dark and dangerous path. I built Corpse Girl website and invited strangers to request the deaths of people they knew. It was sales tactic, simply a way to encourage users to submit images. I had no intention or means of ending lives. Oh, now she wants to act like all innocent. Little did I know of the true power I wielded. I only intended to create corpse photos and send them to people for fun. I wanted to startle and scare some unsuspecting fools. It would be a lie to claim that they didn't get off on it. The thought of people shrieking in fear in the sight of their own corpse was more than delicious. I sated my buzzing lust. It filled dark hole in the deeps of my soul and gave me purpose. Never in a million years did I dream that one of my corpse photos would result in the death of another human being. What the fuck? I never forget the name, Rui Hatano. 20-something slim, gorgeous eyes that took my breath away. The moment I gazed upon her portrait, she was the first person to make me feel about crafting hoax photos. The only person to make me feel bad about it. But I did it anyway. Corpse Girl never rejects a request. It's her, my conviction. I forged a beautiful rendition of of her death thanks to some rather macabre source of photos obtained via the database of the deceased. I strung Rudy's corpse into a field like a ghoulish scarecrow. The photo was incredible. It was my fifth or sixth work, the fifth or sixth time I used corpse resident to request a death. Yuri Hatano died just hours after receiving the photo. Don't know why. I don't know if she killed herself or if someone murdered her, but I know one thing. Yuri Hatano's body, her real body, was found in the field hanging like a scarecrow surrounded by crows. Her eyes were gouged out at the skull and her stiff fingers clutched her phone tightly. According to the news report, her phone displayed a familiar image, the very image it created of her corpse. When I first learned of Ryu's death, I was overcome with weary emotion. I felt sick, elevated, disgusted, overjoyed, depressed, aroused. You are just sick in the head. You need every type of psychologist, of psychiatrist. You need God, bro. How did someone cause her death? Was a corpse responsible for taking life? Even though my hands weren't stained with blood, I still felt responsible. A lurid trope descended upon me at the moment. Corpse Girl held the power to end lives, and the more I dwelled on that fact, the more obvious it became to me. I began to feel the power pulsing through my veins, throbbing in my blood as my heart pumped and pounded within my chest. I can't explain how the power works, and I don't know why I have it. But somehow the corpse photos I create compel a victim to end their life or compel someone else to end it for them. Ruby died in the way that I envisioned. Her body matched the fake corpse photo I painstakingly crafted. And I didn't even have to leave the safety and comfort of my apartment to ensure her death. Corpse Girl power was real, extraordinary, and I vowed to exercise that power as frequently as possible. Damn, that's just crazy. The whole twists and turns. I would have never thought that she was the admin, that it was behind it. But she's sick, bro. She's fucking sick. She is incredibly, insanely sick in the head. It started playful. Look at what she's become. I don't know, Timothy. I think we're gonna like decide for her to go to jail or something. You know, she's a problem. Rui Hatano died last year. Since then, I've been chasing that rush, that thrill that comes with snuffing out a soul. It wasn't hard to grow the popularity of Corpse Girl website after that incident. Particularly dark corners of the internet gobbled the news with enthusiasm, and the site saw an influx of new visitors. On a few occasions, I've even overheard people in the real world whispering about the mysterious website that lets you request a death. I've crafted corpse photos with dozens of requests. Each photo is more convincing and realistic than the last, thanks to my ever-evolving skills. But none of my recent attempts have been successful. Not a single person has dropped dead since Rui Hatano. I'm beginning to wonder if Corpse Girl's power has fizzled out. Or perhaps I've never had that power to begin with. Maybe Rui's death was a simple fluke, a morbid coincidence. I spent countless hours doubting myself, doubting Corpse Girl. I've tried so hard to replicate that one success. Every time I receive a request, I do the same thing as I did in Rui Hatano's case. I added the photo of the victim and created a convincing corpse photo and a time set in it with a time of death. I send the photo to the victim and then I leave the rest up to fate. But nothing ever comes of it. I'm not so delusional to think that in normal circumstances, a simple photo would be enough to convince someone to kill themselves. And even if that photo fell into someone else's hands, it wouldn't inspire them to go out and kill the victim. Of course not. However, these are no ordinary circumstances. I once activated a power beyond the ken of mortal men. I caused Ryuko Haruto to die by her own hand or by the hand of another. I need to find a way to manifest my power once more, to prove that I, Corpse Girl, have the power of death and destruction at the fingertips. Once a new victim perishes, yep, we gotta take her out. She is a psychopath. We are in the story of a psychopath. Hell no, bro. I know Once a new victim perishes, I know it will pave the way to more and more deaths. My website will gain popularity and become more than just an urban myth. People will live their lives in fear, forever wondering if Corpse Girl is lurking behind them, the next text message they receive. Yes, I can see the future I crave so clearly in my mind. I'm close to achieving my goal. I know I am. And when my dream comes true, I can finally what? May 26, Tuesday morning. The instant chirping of birds gently kindles the embers of my consciousness. My heavy eyelids open to find my body contorted before me, legs splattered across the couch in the most uncomfortable position I can imagine. I groan and twist my torso, letting my spine pop and crack until the aches in my body drift away. I need to stop falling asleep on the couch. I'm still young, but I can't handle a night away from my comfortable bed. My eyes fall upon my opening my laptop, lying on its side on the floor. The screen is blank, the battery drained. I briefly panic, hoping against hope that I have saved my word before falling asleep. I stumble to my feet and pick up the laptop, then charge towards the power outlet. I plug in and boot it up, revitalizing it, the mechanical beast, and feeling a wave of relief as the swirling of the internal fans signify the breath of life. The screen flickers and bashes my eye in harsh light. My eyes squint against my will and make out the image before me. The mutilated corpse of my latest victim, perfection in picture form. The timestamp in the lower corner reads May 27, 11:07 a.m. Tomorrow's date. The photo is ready to be sent out. If I sent it out now, the victim will receive it immediately, notice the date, and realize her death is imminent. It's time to set the wheels of demise in motion. Leaving my laptop at the outlet, I quickly dart into the kitchen. Well, to call it a kitchen is misleading. It's simply a tiled area connected to my living space with a small refrigerator, microwave oven, and single hot plate. A small stack of drawers is nested next to the fridge, and I pulled upon the second drawer from the top. Pulling my hand inside is always an odd sensation. My fingers get burned underneath 1,000 sheet plastic flip phones. I grasp one of the white phones between my thumb and my forefingers and remove it from my drawer. I scratch up. It's a scratched up pink model from 2010 or so, a relic from a time not at all that long ago. But that may as well be forgotten. I flip the screen up and turn the device on. Relieved to see that this artifact still holds power. To be fair, I charged up all these phones just as a few weeks ago, but the fact they retain a charge after being inactive for so long is a testament to their engineering. In any shady line of work, these kinds of phones are reserved to as burners. Hell yeah, burners. Cheap, disposable devices that are discarded as soon as their purpose is fulfilled. I record them by rather unsafe. You know what? Instead of explaining, oh my god, bro. I appreciate this game. I love like the music. You hear it all, but it's just this. There's so much that could be edited out. They just explain in an elaborate, detailed way what is a burner phone, bro. They should have just said, oh yes, I'm gonna get my burner phone, and this is what I use to send out the message so that it could be, you know, not this elaborate and thing. Damn it. I mean, shout out to the Crow Factor. Great job of Crow. I think it was Crow Factor or something like that. But damn, man, there's no need for this excessive detail, like, you know when somebody says too much information, it's too much information. I required them by rather unsavory means, but that's neither here nor there. I use these phones to send out the photos I make. By doing this, I avoid using my personal phone and thus prevent anyone from being traced by me. You know what? All this could be like, I use a burner phone to anything to be prevented from me. Okay, man. I guess. When a photo has been sent, I keep the burner phone for 24 hours just in case the victim sends a reply. I know I get a good laugh out of that. Of course, I don't keep the phone on my person. I store it in an old shed out back of my apartment building. When 24 hours have passed, I remove the phone's SIM card, snap it in half, and discard it with the combustible trash. The phone itself gets smashed and trashed in the dumpsters outside the convenience store. I also delete the photos of my hard drive and clear my internet history. Obviously, I don't use my own internet connection at home. I leech off my gullible neighbor's Wi-Fi. He's under the impression that I can't afford my own internet connection. Whether or not I convince him of such is irrelevant, so he's happy to share his connection with me. Should the police ever try to track my actions, they'll only be led straight to my neighbor. I've gone great lengths to ensure my actions are untraceable. This has all been an incantation of inevitable success. Looking down on the pink phone in my hand, I clear my mind and focus on the task before me. The photo is transferred easily from my laptop to the burner phone. Once completed, I open the text messaging app and enter the victim's phone number. I leave the message field blank, but I attach a photo of a corpse. The victim will receive an empty text message from an unknown number with only an image attached. The message is just about ready to send, but there's one more flourish I like to add. I open a particular app I previously downloaded to every burner phone. I simply call it Number Mask, and it's one of the most ingenious apps I ever used. The app asks for a number I want to use. I punch in my memorized trademark. Yep. Now when I send a text message, the receiver will see these numbers appear on the caller ID. Not only does this mask the burner's real number, but it also has extra calling to help boost my infamy. I smack my thumb hovering the red send message button. This is it. This is going to be my long-awaited victory. The second victim to end up dead. I just know it. This is the stepping stone to my success, second of many bodies that will pave the way to my glory. I send the message. Oh my God, Jesus Christ, thanks. All that just to send a dumbass. Oh my God, bro. I'm sorry. G-Team Ultimate is just, it's unnecessary, man. Listen, if they ever make another game, the only complaint, I mean, the music is good, but sometimes when people tell you it's too much information, it's just too much damn information. Just tone it down. You don't need these fancy fucking words. You don't need these it was elaborate and flourish and you don't need none of the dumb shit, you know? Just keep it simple, keep it plain, keep it interesting, and give it a little twist, and that's it, you know? You don't need all that dumbass shit, man. Damn. I arrive at work on time just as usual. My handbag is heavy with the weight of several cans of coffee, hopefully enough to help me power through the day after having had such a late night. I can't help but yawn loudly as I wait to the elevator in the lobby. Ooh. Just before the elevator doors open, my phone starts to ring. I step aside and answer the call.
Hey. Hi, Noriko. Good morning. Did I call at a bad time?
Not at all. I'm just about to go into the office.
Oh, should I call back later?
It's no problem. Don't stress.
Okay, sorry.
The nervous apologetic girl on the other end of the phone call is Aoi Sato, an old school friend from back in the day. Though we never really had any common interests, we used to be inseparable at school. She was shy, I was an introvert. It was a combination that worked in our favor. Even our conversations were a little on the boring side. To say that we're no longer shy and introverted wouldn't be entirely true. It's getting better. She's definitely more outgoing, but she still suffers from a great deal of social anxiety. As for me, I'm still pretty introverted. My tolerance for people around other people has improved a bit, but I do prefer solitude, and visiting places I've never been before puts me on edge. To call her my best friend would be accurate. She's my closest confidant. Even so, she's known nothing about my part-time masquerading as girl. Even so, she knows nothing about my part-time masquerading as corpse girl. No one does, and I plan to keep it that way.
So, Aoi, what did you want to talk about?
Oh, well, you see, that guy at work is still bothering me, and I wanted to see if you had any more advice for me.
Ah, jeez. The older guy that always hits on you?
Yeah.
What a creep. You're 19, for God's sake. He must be, what, 50?
I think he's 52.
You know his actual age?
Um,
Well, whatever. If he's still bothering you, you have to take a stand. He's not your coworker, right? Just a regular customer?
that's right.
Then tell your manager. Have him banned from the venue.
I can't talk to the manager. I don't want to cause trouble for the company.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ.
Jeez, girl.
Yep.
Sometimes you need to stand on your own 2 feet.
Yep. Definitely. Definitely.
I know.
Well, if talking to the manager is out of the question, then you need to be firm with the creep. Tell him you won't stand for being groped anymore. His behavior is simply unacceptable, and if he won't change, you won't serve him anymore.
He's scary, Noriko. I don't know if I can confront him like that. He's always drunk. Even before he comes into the place, I try not to serve him too much.
Are you sure you can't quit that stupid job? Working at a maid cafe really doesn't suit you at all. I thought you wanted a government position.
I do. I want to work in a cozy office, kind of like you, but you know I don't have any qualifications.
Why don't I see if there's anything open here? Maybe Shinya can help out. He got me this job, remember?
Shinya. Maybe. He was always a nice guy, right?
He's super nice. Stick in the mud, but a nice one.
Noriko, don't be mean.
Yeah. You want me to ask?
Yes, please. If it's no trouble.
It's no trouble. I'll talk to Shinya. Then maybe you can quit that crappy job and come work with me.
Oh, that really does sound wonderful. Thank you, Noriko. I'd be so lost without you.
Don't be silly. You're amazing, Aoi. Leave this to me.
Thank you.
I end the call and heave a sigh. Yeah, I sigh too. Having to go and ask Shinja about our job actually is a pain in the ass. Do you know what's pain in the ass? The excessive ass reading that I have to do here. Jesus, man. Okay, man. But I would never admit that to Aoi. I want to help the poor girl, I really do. I'd do nearly anything for her. That was right in the lobby, and I step inside as soon as the doors open.
Good morning, Kurosawa.
Fujikawa. Good morning.
Shinja takes me by surprise as I exit the elevator. The motherfucker was waiting in the elevator. Has he been waiting for me?
I wanted to catch you before we sit down to work. I sent you another friend request. Can you make sure you got it this time?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
What am I supposed to do when he puts me on the spot like this? I try not to groan as I get my phone out and open up noise. It's impossible to hide my screen from sheer piercing gaze.
Well, what do you know? I have a new friend request.
Oh, great. It worked this time. Go ahead and accept it, please.
Oh my god.
Yeah, sure thing.
I hastily attempt to friend request. The little fireworks animation pops up on the screen with a celebratory message about making a new
Yay!
friend.
Looks like we're officially friends now. So, can I call you Noriko from now on?
Oh my god. Jesus. I never cared much for formalities. I try to adhere to them in the workplace, but honestly, I don't care if people refer to me my first or last name, regardless of whether they're friends or
That's
not.
fine. You can call me Noriko.
Shinya's eyes light up. That seems to have made the boy happy.
Thank you. Oh, you can call me Shinya, of course.
Shinya. Hey, we've known each other since junior high, right? Shouldn't we have been on a first-name basis anyway?
Yes, that's true, but we're in the office now, you know? It wouldn't do if you started working here and called me Shinya right away.
I suppose.
Anyway, I'm really glad we're proper friends now, Noriko. Maybe we can get a coffee sometime.
Nope. I can't help but feel he's trying to push his luck as far as it will go. Any suspicions I had about him having a crush on me are now confirmed. I brush a stray look of hair out of my face and smile sweetly as I can file a change the subject.
Hey, actually, I wanted to ask you something. Are there any more temp jobs available here right now?
Temp jobs, huh? Are you looking to pick up extra hours?
No, not exactly. I'm asking for a friend who needs a new job.
A friend of Noriko's. Well, let's see. We pretty much always have data entry roles up for grabs. Unless your friend wants something more interesting? Do they have any particular qualifications?
Not really. Data entry is more than fine. Actually, you already know who I'm talking about. Remember Aoi Sato?
Aoi Sato. Yes, I think I do remember her. That really shy girl from our school days, correct?
That's her, yeah.
Wow. I never knew you were still in touch with school friends, Noriko.
Aoi's probably the only one. We're fairly close.
Is that so? As for me, I don't really have any friends from back then.
Damn. That sucks, man. Shinji's heartbreaking friendship doesn't surprise me too much. He doesn't strike me as the type of person to have many friends at all. Sure, I'm the same, but...
Oh, but what am I saying? We're friends now. So I guess I do keep in touch with school friends.
Yeah, I guess so.
Hey, I'll ask my superior if we can get Sato an interview. Is that okay?
I'd really appreciate that. Thank you, Shinya.
No problem. Leave it to me.
Alright. Shinja's a cool guy. Shinja's a cool guy. It's just, you know, a little on the creepy side. He gives me an awkward salute before skipping. Our little exchange has obviously made him pretty happy. For some reason, someone that Toa Watanabe said yesterday pops into my head. She mentioned that I'm leading Shinya, but that's not true, is it? I shake the thought out of my head. I'm just being nice to him. That's not wrong, is it? I take a seat at my desk and I prefer my morning ritual. Oh my god, if they go and tell me everything that she's gonna say or everything that she's gonna do, I'm gonna lose it, bro. Morning ritual. From my handbag, I retrieve my handful of coffee. Oh my god. I retrieve my headphones, coffee, and breath mints. Computer on, music playing, coffee open. My fingers tap rhythmically against the keyboard and I slip into the usual workday trance. Thank you. Thank you. Just get me the hell out of there.
So, I see that you're connected with Shinya on Noise now, huh?
Oh my god, what do you want, Tobo? Yes. Aren't you gonna suck his face or something? Go suck some faces or somewhere. I don't know, man. My walk to the train station is interrupted by a familiar grating voice.
Sounds like both of you are getting on pretty well.
Yep.
How did you...
Of course, Toma and I are already friends on Noise. She would have seen the notification when I accepted Senior's request. It's actually kind of strange that Toma and I are connected through the app. We added each other on my first day at work before I learned how much of an intolerable excuse for a human being she is. We simply never deleted each other, even after all these months. Her posts are entertaining anyways. And since I rarely ever post anything myself, she probably forgot we were connected at all until today.
Now look, don't get me wrong, you hear? I ain't actually interested in Shinya. Nah, I'm real happy for you both, like. But what I can't stand is a skank like yourself getting some while I'm over here all dry like a desert.
How?
What the hell are you talking about?
It pisses me off that guys just sluts like you, and you barely have to put in any work. Meanwhile, nice girls like me gotta put in so much effort to even get noticed. You think all of this is just natural? I put so much effort into how I look, you know? And guys like Shinya don't even bat an eyebrow at me.
Oh, that sucks.
You mean bat an eyelid, right?
Whatever, it don't matter. I'm sick of skanks like you getting everything for nothing.
Damn.
Look, let me be honest with you. I'm not interested in Shinya, and I'm not trying to be with him. I don't chase guys, and it's pretty rare that they chase me. You've got me all wrong.
Like I'd believe you. Do you spend your time chasing chicks then?
That's not your business.
Damn.
But you don't have to worry about me pursuing Shinya.
Damn, she didn't confirm or deny it. Damn, Noriko, so you said you... Damn. Oh, the title. You know, you remember the title, the intro, the movie?
Tell you what, any guy at the office is all yours, okay? I'm not interested.
Oh, is that how it's gonna be, slut?
Why is she being hostile for no reason?
You think no one is good enough for you, but they're good enough for me?
What? That's not where she. Okay.
You're just like all the other girls. You think I'm worth being pitied? You think I need it? Well, I don't want your pity. You're nothing but a fake skank.
Okay, damn. Tommy pushes forward, her bulk forcing me off the sidewalk and into a thicket trees border the path. What the fuck? The burning slap across my face come out of nowhere. Yeah, they just came out of nowhere. And I'm blind by white stars and my entire face feels like it's on fire. The shock is harsh, sharp, vicious. It happens so suddenly that I'm having difficulty processing. I stumble but my legs don't quite give up. My mind races trying to put together what just happened. Tommy hit me. Why? Why did she hit me? There's a strange sort of disconnected in my mind. My body doesn't feel like my own, like this isn't actually happening to me, but rather I'm watching it happen to someone else. Time seems to slow down and speed up all at once. The slap replays twice in my mind before Tomo's hand even leaves my face. I catch a glimpse of her furious expression, red and strained and overcome with anger.
I hate you. I hate everyone like you. Don't pity me.
The second strike connects with my chin and flinched, my entire body paralyzed with pain. She hit me again?
Stop!
I hate you. I hate you!
Tommy has lost his chastity furious. I can't figure out what I did wrong. Her dead attack is curled first, aimed straight to my stomach. Though she thought sheer luck or complete accident, I stumbled backwards, narrowly avoiding the punch, and instead landing on my rear. The pavement is rough and hard, but I'm sure it feels a lot better than taking a fist to the gut. Tommy screams and rushes at me, but I scramble to my feet and grab her by the wrist. She falls wildly, her eyes looking like they'll pop out of her skull in any given second. Her breathing is harsh and ragged, and tears of rage have caused blood and clot making up to the
Calm down! Calm down!
She struggles against me, slowly giving it in as my tight grip prevents her attacking her further. She begins to sob.
I hate you! I hate everything about you!
Why? With a great pull, Tommy frees herself from my grip, steps back, cursing, and then runs past me. I blink in disbelief and she breaks into a sprint heading into the direction of the train station. I raise a hand to my tender face and touch it gently. The stinging sensation is completely new to me. Never before have been attacked like that.
What the hell was all that about? I can't believe she hit me.
Oh no, she's gonna kill her now, bro. That was a big mistake. The pack of frozen vegetables pressed against my face swells my swollen jaw, but does very little to calm my nerves. I'm still on the edge after what happened today. Toma actually physically attacked me, all because I said something. I'm not sure what that provoked her anger. Maybe that girl is more complicated than I gave her credit for. It seems like she has her own inner demons, just like the rest of us. I replayed the event in my head 100 times since returning home without confronting Torgo about it. I don't think I'll ever figure out what incited her aggression, but I don't plan on talking to her about it anytime soon. I wouldn't say I'm scared of her, but I don't exactly want to encourage a repeat performance. I rest the bag of frozen vegetables on the small coffee table next to me. I think I'm done all I can do to reduce the pain and swelling for now. Writhing and leaning back, I let the soft panting of the couch consume my body as I sink deeper. My eyes glance over, and as I bring my phone to my face, my fingers lightly tap and scroll as I look through a carefully created obituary news feed, a list of deaths that have been reported through the day. Using a set of handy filters, I narrow the feed down to include only women's death and the age range of 30 or 50. I set the location cover all Japan. I immediately excluded any results that mention natural causes of death. I'm looking for specific causes of suicides, or it's more often reported accidents. Of course, I'm looking to find out where my last victim has often offed herself yet. Should this search string return no results, then it's pretty easy to look up recent murders. There are few and far between. Between suicide accidents and murders, I've covered all the potential ways my victim could die. 9 out of 10 the searches resulted including photographs of the deceased, not a photo of their corpse. Mind you, this is a database of deceased I'm looking through. Whether it is usually a nice flattering picture of the recently departed, submitted by their own king to go along with their obituary. I used the photos submitted with obituaries to compare the match with the images of the victims. This is the only reliable way I have to discover whether or not my victims are perished. If I knew a victim's name, I could easily look up their current fate, but my website doesn't ask for that information. Call it respect for the victim's privacy, but there's a lot more to it than that. But that's a topic to dwell on another day. Tonight's search turns up no solid leads. I'm disappointed, but this result isn't entirely unexpected. After all, I set the date on my latest victim's forwards tomorrow. There's still time for her to freak out and end it all. I decided to go to sleep early tonight. I'm not even feeling hungry enough to eat the cheap convenience store meal that's been sitting on my fridge since yesterday. Though if I go to sleep now, it will never like tomorrow rise sooner. I have to see Toma at work. There's no way I can avoid her since her desk is so close to mine. The idea doesn't sit well with me. On the other hand, my victim might conquer herself, which would definitely make me feel better. I could very well be my next success. The suspense is just about enough to kill me tomorrow. May 27th, Wednesday morning. Alright. I'm gonna leave it there. That was a crazy turn of events. A lot of damn reading. I don't know, maybe I just didn't want to read that much, you know. But anyways, thank you Team Holton for all the love and support. I appreciate it. Please leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to catch. That was just insane. That was just chaotic. But yeah, please leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to catch you all in the next video. John Ultimate out.